think in my last video I promised you that I'm gonna show you a morning routine, sort of like makeup routine. I think like I've updated it just like a tiny little bit, and I've placed all of my favorite products at the moment just here in front of me, so it's gonna be very easy to show you what I've been loving. Also got my coffee. So let's get going. First of all, one thing that I bought recently is this Medik8 Advanced Night Restore Rejuvenating Multi-Ceramide Night Cream. I kind of felt like my skin was a little bit dehydrated and that it needed a little extra push. Now, I don't really know this brand that well. I have few products from this brand, but I love this moisturizer, and I'll tell you what I love about it so much. It's apparently night cream, but it's very moisturizing, but it kind of like, it makes your skin feel like really nourished, but it's not like oily or greasy. And the most important part, you guys, I don't know why is this so difficult. It does not like peel. Some products are just not for under makeup in terms of like their structure, but some products you just apply like one layer moisturizing cream, that's it, nothing else, no serums, nothing. It's so hot, by the way, in Italy comparing to England, especially where I was last week. It's unbearable. Like every morning I'm icing my face, and every morning more or less I wake up with like a bit of a blocked nose because it's so hot, even if I sleep with AC, which I never normally do, but lately it's just so hot that I have to. It gets up to 30 degrees in the room. So the foundation that I've been using lately is this Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. I just found this in the drawer and I was like, let's do this one. It's in color medium warm 240. There are a few things that I still need to kind of do on this table. Like I need to add a little cup for the brushes if I want to keep them on top of the table. And I need to have like some kind of tissues, like wet tissues, like little Q-tips, things like that, you know, that will help me and allow me to do this thing more like seamlessly. Now today I'm going for sort of like a medium coverage for a little bit more, because actually we are shooting few projects today, few last projects before the summer holidays, and that's that. Then okay, we're not gonna use that brush anymore. Filippo and I are so late in planning holidays, but we have some stuff planned. This summer we actually are going to one new destination, not like a destination where we haven't been before, but just new for us because we haven't been there together during the relationship. I'll do a bit of light touch here and I'll do a bit of concealer here. I have some hormonal events happening at the lower part of my chin. I love this brush, by the way. This is the Hourglass brush. I will brush all the products in the link. I will link all the products in the description box below. I just read a TikTok this morning. Someone's asked me, have you changed something on your face? And guys, so obviously I had my eyebrows done last week in London. I think for me, the brows make, I mean for everybody, brows make such a huge difference. But I feel like for me, brows are just like, they actually genuinely change my whole face. I just cannot have my eyebrows laminated all the time, which is really annoying. Like I wish I could, but I feel like I have naturally dry hair as it is, like of my hair as well on the head and as well of lashes and eyebrows and everything. So if I have like LVL or if I have lamination more often, it really dries them. They become like kind of straw-like, even if I give them so much care. I don't even know what would happen if I wouldn't give them care. But what I love and I swear by, I don't need to even tell you, you guys know this, is my castor oil. I've like showed it, so like in the last few videos I've shown it, but I feel like it's because I'm getting back in the routine. You know, like when you from time to time you lose your routine, but the castor oil is just, I can already see effects on my lashes. Look, but I need to do like an LVL to really curl them. Imagine what I'm gonna do is maybe use castor oil religiously for a few weeks. I'll also link my favorite one in the description box below, because why not, in case you haven't watched the last two videos. And then I'll go and like maybe curl them before fashion month, and then I'll have like whoosh. This brow gel has been sold out apparently worldwide, everywhere, constantly. It's the one by Mario, Makeup by Mario. It was available in Sephora in Serbia, that I know because my friends got it for me. I don't like when the brows are fully like, how do I explain it? Fully like going up here, but I like it in the front when they go a bit up. You know what I mean? When you can see that they're a bit bushy in the front. Now, products that when my makeup bag got stolen, These products were inside of my makeup bag, and I'm so happy that I finally can get reunited with them. And I'm talking about Vestment Atelier contour stick. This one is in shade Truffle. It's probably one of the best contour sticks ever. And I'm gonna just break it now. Obviously, you can apply a little bit on your hand. You can go straight on your face also if you want. I'm not no stranger to that. It's okay. Also, by the way, I brought something else here. Didn't I bring like a headband here? Headband. Hold on. Okay. I didn't actually bring it. I took it out in the bathroom and never actually brought it with me. I have this one from Chanel. I got it in like a gift bag of some sort. By the way, you'll notice that I'm not really wearing any jewelry still. Just my Missoma hoops. I love these hoops so much. They're so beautiful. I'll also link them below for you guys if you wanna get a new pair of hoops for the summer. I really recommend these. Okay, why didn't I do this at the beginning? Now I can like really work around my hairline, you know what I mean? Also my hairline, it's finally starting to look a little bit better. Hear me out, I have quite thick hair, but it doesn't look thick. This is like the thing. Like if you look at it, you wouldn't say like, wow, she has really thick hair. I think at least, I don't know. You know that incident that I told you about, that a lady put the brush on my face, like 5 minutes later she was like, by the way, I will have to charge you more because you have a very thick hair. And I was like, great. However, my hairline is so uneven. I don't know, is it like a Balkan way of hair growth? I'm not sure, but I have like kind of, I used to have like not bald patches, but like you see how it goes. It's very uneven, but it's starting to grow. Like the hair is starting to grow here now. Light touch with the bronzing stick. Vestment Atelier loves it. We are gonna do a blush. My sister's calling me. We have three of my favorites. I mean, everybody's kind of going crazy about Piggy. I also love it. It's a little bit pinky, but I love Freckle and Sleepy Girl the most. But if I want like a lot of blush, I go for Toasted Teddy. Shall we go for Sleepy Girl? Yeah, it's just, again, another one of those that you can go straight on your face or on the blush, but I do like to go on my face. It's so balmy, so pigmented. It's beautiful, and I like to bring it up even. I know it looks a little bit crazy right now, but these products, guys, let's see how much product there is, by the way. I've used it quite a bit already. I mean, okay, I know every single influencer has been gifted this. Everybody's raving about it. Everybody's talking about it. It might seem like, oh, so heavily like over promoted, but the product is so good. Apparently it's also packed with like really good nourishing peptides, I believe, for your skin. And obviously it's very, very pigmented. Look at this. I am also loving these balms from Chanel. So I bought this one of these. Oh no, these are both new. Okay, so this one I have like the same one that I've actually used. I've shown it to you before, but this one I got, it's new, and I'm yet to figure out how to use it. Whereas this one I obviously know how to use. It's just like really nice for that sort of wet glow. Shall we try use this one a bit? I think I prefer the colorless one. I'm not sure yet. Maybe this will work when I'm tanned. Obviously, you guys know I love the Dior Glow Maximizer so much. This is like the best of the best. And funnily enough, I love... So these two are my favorites, gold and pearly, in case you're wondering. I know that white one might seem a little bit aggressive, but it's really gorgeous. It gives you that unicorn kind of effect. I'm actually going to blend this in with the highlighter brush there, and then after that I do go in with another highlighter, either the one from the Dior palette as well, or a really gorgeous one that I have, Hourglass palette. You will see that in a sec. So on my eyes, you guys know I love this Patrick Ta palette. I don't know if you got it already, but it's amazing. It is insane. And I also have a Patrick Ta brush, and I'm not gonna do too much, but I always do kind of the same thing. I go a little bit below my brow bone, really, just a little bit. I don't know if you can see, to create like a shadow effect, and that way it makes my lid look much bigger and the eye looks much more open. It's very easy. I also use very, very small amounts so that it's easier to blend, and color I use is this one in the middle from the bottom part. It's a little bit cooler toned than what I usually use, but I like it. And then from the top part I use this one. Usually I do this one with my finger, but you can do also with the brush, obviously. And I pack that on the lower part of upper lid. You know what I realized? You know how we started organizing my summer dresses there in the back? I realized this summer I cannot find any summer dresses that I'm really loving and I'm like, wow, this is so amazing. Like day dresses, okay? I cannot find any, like any. We are so regular with writing blog posts, and on my blog post I literally, everything that I find that I think it's an amazing deal, an amazing product, an amazing anything like that, I think it's, you need to see it, you need to have it, like I love it, we post it on there, okay? Because I think like the blog is such a good platform that we're trying to develop. I simply cannot find any good summer dresses. So I wanted to have like a full blog post dedicated to summer dresses, and I simply cannot find anything that I think it's like breathtaking or out of this world. I found a dress in H&M recently that I really liked. I'm using the highlighter, by the way, from this Hourglass palette. It's this one here. Okay, you're not gonna believe me when I tell you. It was easier to get like a completely sold out item than to get that H&M dress. Like my assistant and I, we really hustled. I'll show you the dress right after we finish with this makeup. But oh my God, basically my assistant, she went to H&M several times and they were like, no, sorry, like we have one left and it's reserved for a staff member. And she was like, okay, can we order it? Can we get it somewhere else? And they were like, well, there's one on the mannequin, but no, unfortunately, you cannot get it. And then she kept coming back and forth because they were telling her, maybe come back another day. They were just like, they were like, no, sorry, you cannot get it. And then eventually I just ordered it online. It was like a last piece in London and I really do love it, but I wish there were like more dresses like that on the market. So maybe it's not true that there are not great dresses on the market. Maybe it's just that my taste is a little bit difficult. By the way, this is my favorite eyeliner in the whole entire world. It's like micro nano liner, 1.5 millimeter mechanical gel eyeliner from Hourglass. I love it. This is the Dior brow liner. What is it called? Brow pencil. Excuse me, I cannot open it. Because it doesn't open, of course. I just want to fill in some of the sparser parts of my brows here. I make it a little bit. This is so good, this product, by the way. Perhaps it's even better than my favorite Kosas brow. And I don't just say that lightly, okay? Is that it? Mascara is left, I got it, and the lips. For the lips, my favorite Pat McGrath lip liner. I've just got Summer Fridays lip mask on. Obsessed with this lip liner. The only annoying thing is obviously that you have to sharpen it, so it's not like Buxom ones that you just twist and it comes out. We're gonna go over it with my Prada Beauty favorite lipstick, P159. I love this product so much. Look how beautiful. I literally don't go anywhere without this lipstick. And now the only thing left is mascara. I do these two. The Dior Lash Primer, it's also kind of like good for your lashes, I believe. Maximizer 4D, and then of course my Gucci mascara. I mean, guys, I haven't used another mascara but the Gucci mascara in so long. Also, I don't use the lash curler. I should, right? I think that would really help. Also, if you really want the curl to stay, you have to use waterproof mascara, but I would never use waterproof mascara. I know some of you really swear by it, but with Gucci Beauty mascara, I don't have any transfer. I love it. And you know what? I really don't think waterproof mascara is great for your lashes. The hassle of taking it off at night is just too much. So it's not for me. So I always like to put a base, mascara base, that it's supposed to kind of protect your lashes, you know? There's one hair product that I've also discovered recently that is so good. I randomly received it in a PR packaging. Then I tried it on my hair there and then, and I was just like, ah, it's so good. I'm gonna also show you that in a sec. I need to get up and get it. Look, this is all castor oil. Do you understand? Like literally in 10 days, I'm having results from castor oil. It's absolutely insane. I sound like such a pick-me. My lashes are too long. It's almost embarrassing. No, I don't mean it that way. I just mean like, look, hello, hi. It was not like this 10 days ago. So on the blog, You will find at the moment all sorts of things. I've done a blog post during the Nordstrom anniversary sale, a blog post for my favorite Amazon purchases, and most of them were on the Amazon Prime Day deals. Blog post on favorite like sandals and best like the Row looks on the budget. So like looks, items that look like they're from the Row, but they're from High Street. Guys, I know some of you will like to see that. And there are lots of different topics that you can find, including a page dedicated to every single Instagram look that I worn, so you can shop everything that I wore on my Instagram. You can shop on the blog. There's a lot on there, and I'm really, really proud of it. We put a lot of work as a team for the blog to go great. We have a weekly newsletter going live or going out on Sundays. If you haven't subscribed, I think you should subscribe to our newsletter, and we're constantly improving stuff. This is, by the way, MAC Studio Fix powder. I honestly genuinely think it is the best powder that there is. If I would want a little bit of lip gloss, I would go with the Rhode. Just a touch up here. I have this mission. Hear me out. Well, basically, my mission is to do 1 Instagram post per day, 1 TikTok per day, 1 YouTube short per day. I mean, 1 blog post per day would be... It's definitely a goal, and it's something that we are working on kind of delivering and being able to do, because the thing is though, like also every single platform is different, like different content on different platforms. So it's not as easy as one might think, but that's the goal. Anyway, I'm now going to show you what I promised you. I'll show you. I promised you the hair product that I've just discovered. I don't know if this is a new product, by the way. It's Kérastase Nutri Supplement Split End Serum Vitamin in Oil Blend. It's kind of like an oil, but it's not really like an oil. So I use oil every day, but this, I just had a haircut. You can see it's very blunt, right? I don't have really split ends, but I have dry ends. And this product over here is just so amazing. It like, first of all, it smells insane. It smells like that 24-hour, Filippo loves the smell. It smells like that 24-hour, my favorite Kérastase overnight hair mask. Is sort of like, makes everything look a little bit more seamless and glossy and beautiful. And I love it. That 24-hour hair mask serum thing is my holy grail since before pandemic. I remember. Now what I need to show you is the dress that I promised to show you. Here it is. It's basically a corset dress with like a low waist skirt. Let me put it on so you guys can see it properly. I've never been a big fan of color red, right? Which is why I think this is perfect to buy then a dress from H&M in case I don't end up wearing it lots. If this was a high-end dress, it would probably be just a little bit longer, and I think this would be like a bit of a tighter material, but I really love this anyway. It feels amazing, and like you guys know, I don't like really buy a ton of high street things, but when I really fall in love with something, I think it's amazing. How would I style this? Let's see. Actually, with this, it would look super high-end. I know not everybody's gonna be a fan of these. The Raw Jelly sandals, I love them, obviously. Do I have a red bag? I don't have a red bag. That doesn't surprise me though. I also have some new bits from Net-a-Porter in the corridor that I'm gonna show you in the next video as well. However, what I wanted to tell you that I think is quite important is I got some news. My Birkin 25 Nata came back from repair. It came back like a week ago, so I have to go to Paris before summer. But so how long did it take for that bag to get repaired? Fully exchanged handles. You guys know, we'll put from which video to now how long it exactly passed. These shoes would go really well also with this dress because I think gold and red is such a nice color combo. Yeah, cute. Actually, I prefer the other ones. What do you guys think? But it's such a beautiful dress also, even like for a wedding. I don't know, in some cultures, I know you cannot wear red to another person's wedding, but in my culture, it's absolutely fine. I love this dress. I think it was a great purchase. I'll link it below if I can find it. Maybe we also do a little blog post about the best H&M finds for spring, summer. So in case you want to shop that, head to the blog. Okay, enough about blog. I just, wanted to let you know. Guys, I found, sorry for the state of it, in the fridge. I was really feeling like something sweet. There's literally nothing in my fridge at the moment. I am due like a massive grocery shopping. Nobody cares about this, I know, I'm sorry. I found this white chocolate from Gleneagles, and I never really eat white chocolate actually, but I really like it. It's delicious. So, in my favorite spot at the moment at home, you know what I'm gonna do now? What I promised you I'll do a while ago. Well, first of all, I need to change my battery in the camera because I realized this one has 1%. So hold on. this is much better. So now I'm actually ready to go have a shower. Do we need to make it a little bit darker? I don't know, is it too bright? Now we're all set. I asked you guys if you wanted me to film my sunglass collection video, and wow, the amount of comments I received about that, you guys were like, yes, 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 sunglass collection video, sunglass collection video. So I think I'm not gonna just like sit down and try lots of different sunglasses, but what I'm gonna do is actually show you all of my sunglasses. I tried to count them. I think I have around 50, 60 pairs. So I wanted to show them to you. By the way, this lipstick is a Chanel Rouge Coco Balm Pink Delight. So I'm gonna start trying them on, telling you why I love them, why I wear them, how I style them, and things like that. And hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy this segment. Just perfect in time for summer holidays. Other than that, I wanted to say that every piece, if we can try and find them online, we'll put like a little number in the corner for each piece and then link them below in that order. How's that? So that everyone's happy. No particular order. Let's start. So, a pair that I love wearing and I'm definitely bringing to my summer holidays is this pair of aviator sunglasses from Loewe. I love these. I don't know if you can see the detailing. They're really beautiful, but what I love about them the most is that they have like gold rims and then they have like silver bits here. So technically you can wear them with any sort of a type of metal, and then on the side they have a little anagram logo. Probably one of the oldest pairs in my collection. No, definitely not oldest, but I got these in 2021. These I got actually in an outlet, bizarrely in Gucci outlet, and I love that they have this kind of like top detailing. It's quite an extra pair, like if you look at it, because of obviously all the crystal detailing, there's quite a lot going on. Remember, they were very inexpensive and I think they're quite flattering. One of my favorite pairs for sure, both Filippo and I love these, is this pair over here from Saint Laurent. They're sort of like a little bit of a, they're not really a cat eye, but they have some sort of interesting detailing, and they have just like tiny little silver bits on the side. I think I repurchased these as well once or twice, I'm not sure. Then a pair that I got relatively recently from Jacques Marimage. I love these sunglasses. I think they're very cool. They're again another pair with like a mix of silver and gold, if you can see, and I love the colored lenses that are a little bit brown, a little bit, they go like a little bit ombre effect as well. Actually, this type of sunglasses I'm quite into lately, and you will notice I have quite a few pairs in similar styles from Tom Ford, Prada. Next one is from Prada. These are sort of aviator, similar-ish. They have this triangle detailing on the side. It's like a white triangle. Are they silver or are they gold? They're like sort of like a champagne-y detailed sunglasses. One of my absolute favorites are these Chrome Hearts. I feel like Chrome Hearts I'm gonna have like, I should have like a whole separate little section too. I love these, especially in the winter with like a beanie, because they have that, you know, that effect that we love. That kind of cool vibes. Obviously these are not really protecting you from the sun because like the color of the lens is so light pink and there's not really much going on. Another pair of Chrome Hearts. I believe this is the last pair that I got in my collection. Cute, summery, gunmetal colored hardware, and it has that little sort of a cross, like a Chrome Heart cross. I don't know if you can see on the sides, and I think these are like super cool. I mean, like, I don't think it gets much cooler than Chrome Heart sunglasses, you guys. Can we agree on that one? These all are placed in like separate drawer. That's why I'm bringing them first to you guys. I have a pair of these Akoni sunglasses as well. I love these. These are like similar style, again, just a little bit smaller. They're so light as well. Look at these sunglasses, like very, very special. One of my faves as well. Then a pair from Tom Ford, I believe, in this light. This is like so cool. This is like your ultimate American road trip kind of pair of sunglasses. Can we agree on that? I really, really, really love them. Aviators, really cool. Especially with actually this hairstyle, now that I realized. Now finally that my hair is like really growing and that it's getting all in one length, I can get that fullness to the ends that I like. I wore these so much last summer. You guys always ask me every time for these, every time I wear them, because they have like that interesting moment. They don't have anything on the bridge of the nose. They go like kind of above the bridge of the nose, and they're a little bit of a cat eye situation. I personally love them. I think these are really, really cool. Of course, everybody knows these Celine pairs. I feel like they became such a mainstream pair. I got mine in color silver. I don't really wear them that much, but I do think they're very flattering and really, really cute. Then we have a pair of Chanel. These are from last Coco Neige collection. I love them. I actually got 2 pairs from the Coco Neige collection. They are definitely due a nice little clean. I need to add it on my brain dump. I have like a whole like list of things that need to be done, but there's just not enough time in the day. I love these. I don't wear these as much as I should, or I didn't really wear them. I just feel like they're obviously not going to be the most like sun protecting sunglasses, but they're really cute because they have that like Barbie, like vintage Barbie vibes a little bit. And these are the latest Louis Vuitton pair as well in my collection, I believe. These are the ones that I got during the cruise show. Yes, during the cruise show in Barcelona. Really classic black dark pair with detailing on the corner and on the side. They just have the logo, and yeah, like only like 2 or 3 pairs of plastic actually sunglasses in this section. I think I have like good half of the collection here in front of me. Should I take a little picture so you guys can see? I'll insert it. This is not it on one side. Oh, my camera needs a bit of cleaning. What is happening here? Okay, to continue on, a brand I really, really love for sunglasses, Victoria Beckham. Also another pair of sort of like aviators. They're very simple. You don't really see any kind of obvious branding. So dainty, you would never even know it. It's like over here, just tiny little detail. Then my most worn probably sunglasses, you guys will know and you will agree, I'm sure, are these Phoebe Philo Sunnies. I wear these rain or shine. These are my go-tos. And they're basically like reminiscent of Celine's Z-Top or something like that sunglasses. I've had them up until like 2020. And then Filippo loved them so much. I think he lost them. This is the oldest pair that I have, and this dates to the first time that I ever worked with Fendi. I believe we're talking about 2016. This is from like the Carl being the creative director era. What can I tell you? These are very, very cool. But when you look at these sunglasses, think about those Carlitos hanging off the bag, like the bag charms, which are basically coming back again in fashion. It's that era that we're talking about, and Filippo actually loves these sunglasses, so I love them too. I have 2 pairs of these Miu Miu kind of super ultra popular masks that say Miu Miu on the side. So this is kind of like the clear version. These remind me really of the beginnings of 2000s, if that makes sense. Like, is that even beginning of 2000s? Like Anastasia, I'm Out of Love, that's a little bit around that time. And this is the darker version. I actually have a lot of Tom Ford aviators, and these are the ones that I got from the brand. They gifted me these during the show in Milan in February. I really love them. They're like very yellow, and I put them on like the whole world is basically yellow, but I think these are super, super cool. I think they're beautiful. They have like a matte gold finish type of thing. And the other Tom Ford aviators that I'm in love with are these that every time I wear, the only thing is these I need to like somehow tighten them a little bit because they're a little bit like loose. But these, ladies and gentlemen, every time I put these on, Filippo says that I look like our friend Gloria, because even yesterday I was watching her story and she was wearing these. Love them. Like really, really, really super fashion piece. Another pair that is a bit mask-like is this pair of Victoria Beckham sunglasses. This is like a very, very much like Victoria Beckham, and I love this gradient like ombre effect. So beautiful. They're like tortoise colored. Look at them. Beautiful. These I got last summer. This is like a mask from Gucci. It has like a Gucci logo. These actually come in a bigger size as well. I know it might be shocking, but what I love is that this handle is sort of like on a lower side of the sunglasses. It's a little bit more interesting on the side, and bizarrely I think these are very, very flattering. It's not as easy to find a flattering mask as it is to find like a flattering cat eye. We have these from Saint Laurent. Filippo adores these. I think they're very like sort of like a fashion week piece. I think what you will notice is that I have some like classic pieces that I wear like on a classic day, whether it's like winter or summer. Then I have some more fashion pieces, lots of different types. What's very important to me, however, on sunglass aspect is the lens. Guys, it's super important to me. With Chanel sunglasses, if you look at your phone, it's so polarized that the lenses are so polarized that you can barely see the screen. It's like, it's trippy when you look at your phone with the polarized lens. Anyway, now I'm rambling. What I wanted to say is that when I was a child, I had this hemangium. It's like blood vessel that is not properly like closed. I still have a scar, which you can see sometimes. Like if I do this, which is a weird thing to do, can you see I have something here? Sometimes people would say like it looks like a filler went wrong or something like that, but in fact it's scarring, internal scarring from what I had when I was a child. I'll insert the picture here. So when I was a child, my parents were kind of like very concerned about it. Doctors just said, look, this will go away with time. You just have to wait and be careful, etc. But my parents were so concerned, especially my dad, that even when I was like 12, he bought me a first pair of sunglasses because he was like, you have to make sure to protect the skin around the eye area. And that's what I've always done. And it was like drilled in my mind that I have to be careful around my eyes in the sun, which anyway, you should be. But I remember he bought me these like Emporio Armani sunglasses, I think, or Giorgio Armani even. I can't remember. And they were so cool. But I was like, I was a teenager and I thought I was super cool. But he was like, you have to wear them all the time in the sun. This is one of my favorite Gucci pairs of sunglasses. I actually do think Gucci does really, really quite different pairs. And I also love this Loewe pair. I bought this pair, I can't remember when, but when I lived in Paris, and I love the anagram detailing on the side. I love that they're rimless. I love the shape of the lens. Really cool. Again, a little bit of an ombre effect. A few more pairs of Chrome Heart sunglasses. These are a little bit like a Clueless era. Yellow lens, black rim, but on the side, it's where all the party is at. Look at this. Really, really, really cool. These will protect you from the sun zero, but these are so fashion, so cool. So like, just like a different style. I love Chrome Heart sunglasses. They're like extremely expensive, and there's a way that you have to close them. So you always have to put the left and then the right, otherwise they don't close. And I also kind of appreciate that. Now I have on the left side a ton of basically Chanel sunglasses, but first this classic Celine tortoise shell oval pair of sunnies. I feel like everybody has these. This is like the TikTok girlies are very into these. I know they come in a few different colors. Not my favorite. Look, doesn't suit me that well for oval pair. Look at this. This oval pair of Celine versus Chanel oval pair. Much better, right? Because I think these are a little bit more cat eye styled. I love these better. These are my latest Chanel sunglasses. I got these in Paris. From all of my Chanel sunglasses, I believe these are probably one of my favorite pairs. Tortoise shell, also like kind of in between oval and rectangle, has a big logo on the side, and it's just like a bit of a classic. We have a pair that I got 2 years ago when I was going to Morocco at the airport. So on one side they have like this white Chanel writing, which is kind of like laser cut in a way, and then on the other side it's just like a minimalist CC logo. These are really nice for sunbathing. You will not get any sun in your eyes if you want to read a book and just enjoy the sun and not think about anything. Then I love these for the side detailing. These are quite cute, but they have this sort of like mosaic-y detailing on the side. I think Chanel does amazing sunglasses. What do you think? So these two are same, just different colorways. Look at this. This is it. Wow, I don't see anything with these sunglasses on. I'm looking at the screen and the screen is completely gone. I don't know how to demonstrate that. These two I have are the same. It's just that this one has beige top and this one has black top, but otherwise they're pretty same. I mean, the same shape. You should not be touching your lenses with your fingers. Then of course you have to clean them all. Look at the style. These with like the beige top that says Chanel. Just like a tiny little difference. You know what I mean? I have these as well from last year's Coco Neige collection. So comparing to the purple ones that I showed you earlier, these don't go straight, they hug the face, so they're a little bit more rounded. They're obviously black and they have the CC. These are actually perfect for skiing. Maybe you want like a bigger mask, and I do have a skiing mask, but I think this is quite nice. And then a pair that I got, I have no idea when. This pair with like a Chanel classic pearl chain. You can just take them off and put them back on. I remember many years ago when I launched a sunglass brand, we did did lots of sunglass chains, and that was really not a thing back then. I feel like we were quite ahead of the time, and it was not a thing at all. But actually sunglass chains can be super useful, like even for reading, like glasses, not just for sunglasses, but also like, you know, when you're like handling lots of things, you want to take your sunglasses, you're holding them in your hand this way, like they're not gonna fall off your head, they're not gonna fall off your face, you know. It's like quite a useful thing to have as well. A third pair of Chanel sunnies I just want to show you. As you can see, it's similar to this pair that I've just shown you, but this one is oval. Because I remember when I was shopping with my essay and I bought these two pairs, she was like, but you already have them. And I was like, no, I have them in oval version. And I know that because I have an inventory of the things that I have, so that I know where I am, what I need, what I'm missing. One other pair of Chanel sunglasses that I haven't shown you, these have all the party on the side. They have this colorful Chanel plastic logo. These are perfect for just one thing, full sun protection. You're like at the beach, you're reading a book, you want to chill and like a big hat on. That's what these are great for. I believe there are not that many chrome heart pairs. They're similar to the pink one that I've shown you at the beginning, but they're obviously darker lens. They are gold, a bit rose goldy if you ask me. Is this my favorite pair? I think these, every time I wear these, are like the coolest. I don't really wear these when I want to be protected from the sun, because honestly I feel like sun gets in everywhere. These are almost like an LA Cool Kid kind of sunglasses, and the sides are incredible. I have a pair that Filippo gave me. You guys have seen that pair from Chrome. How inside they're so cool. They have the logo here. It's a bit of a mask as well. I don't know if they suit me. They sit like a little bit high on my face. Are they supposed to sit like this? What do you guys think? Do they suit me? Is this like a bit too intense? Are these like men's sunglasses? Actually, maybe I quite like them now that I look at them. Maybe I was supposed to film this video to understand that. This pair of Gucci's from February. I received these from Gucci as a gift. Love this Rosso Ancora color, and I got a new pair as well, as you guys know, in their summer kit. But I wore this pair as well for the cruise show. I don't know, which pair do you prefer? I just think it's quite nice to have sometimes like a colorful pair of sunglasses, because that really can help complete an outfit as well in a way. When we went to Marbella, I got from Fendi a really beautiful pair of sunglasses that I love, because they are a bit of like a tortoise shell, but like on a more caramel colored side. They have these FF logos. I feel like the lens is grayish blue, which is also what makes it look so beautiful. A pair that I've had for quite a while now from Off-White. I believe like almost since they launched the sunglasses, these cat eye. Actually, these are very similar to the Phoebe Philo ones, and bizarrely I won these a lot. Just have like this really big off logo in the corner, and they sort of like have a chain over here. I don't know if this pair is still available. If it is, I will link it, because you guys always ask me about this pair. A pair of Celine sunnies that are within that kind of like shape category. All the pairs of sunglasses that I have I really love, because I've like done a declutter recently. You will not find a pair that I don't like in my collection. These from the shape are not like my most favorite, but I love these when I just want like a basic good pair of sunglasses. I believe like the Phoebe Philo ones are a little bit more pointy, and so are these Off-White ones, just to show you for the reference. I still love this shape a lot. There's another shape that I have from Coco Neige collection from Chanel. These are like perfect for skiing. It's basically a slimmer mask, and why I like this one is because I think it's also very like 2000s reminiscent. One of the recent ones that I got are these from Miu Miu, tortoise shell. Just says Miu Miu on the side. I actually had quite a few pairs of Miu Miu sunglasses. The thing is that also for sure I have a few pairs in my bags, but I don't even want to go there, because right now in my drawers, like how I've done my organization, which I'll show you later, it's like a perfect amount, like a perfect number of sunglasses so that they all fit. And you know, it's okay, it's a fact that there's always like one pair in a handbag, right? Similar style, we have these beauties from Prada, but these are a little bit different because they have this kind of like a 3D effect in the front. Prada triangle as well, and I want to show you what I mean by this. Like, you see how the lens is like a little bit inside and the rims, they come a little bit outside. From that shape, I believe there's only one more pair, and I really love these. Also tortoise shell. They're from Chanel as well. And why are these so special? Because they have these like embedded pearls inside, and this looks beautiful from the side. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see it, but Chanel pearls, I love it. I just realized I rarely ever wear this pair, and I literally paid a lot of money for them. It's like a classic black Chanel pair. The reason why I paid so much money for them is because they also came with this like black pearl chain. I think we need to kind of get them back in action. So in the end, this is obviously the style, and what I like, they have this like logo kind of hanging and the pearl, quite cute. I have a pair of Cartier Panther sunglasses. These need to be badly cleaned. Every time I put these sunglasses on, I feel like I touched them with something or I spilled something on them. They're so mucky that this cannot wait anymore. I have these sunglass cleaning tissues that I bought. I mean, you can buy them anywhere. I bought mine on Amazon. These are sort of like burgundy colored. They have the Cartier like Panther on the side. I don't know if you can see. There are a few Cartier sunglasses that I like right now. They are very expensive, sort of like a Chrome Heart price range. I believe Chrome Heart's even more expensive sometimes. There are a few pairs that I do like at the moment. It's just like every time I tried them on, I wasn't obsessed. Love these. These are also like my kind of go-to fashion week type of matrix sunglasses that I think like they add a lot of coolness to many outfits. Can you believe that we're at the end? There's only one more pair. These are from Saint Laurent, Yves Saint Laurent, another like super ultra fashion pair. Let me know if you have like a favorite pair. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try and get back to you guys, especially before holidays now, when everybody is super into getting sunglasses. A few hours later, I did some physical work also, and I put a temporary mirror as well. Are you ready to see? I don't know if you guys are looking for a mirror to get ready or like do your makeup or whatever. I just love this one because obviously you can put it on and you can have like a quite good light. It's not too intense, but it's quite enough, if that makes sense. Obviously I have that light as well, but I just feel like this light is something in between natural light and not natural light. I'll switch it off now. You see the difference. If I can find it online, I'll link it. It has this kind of like little stand. It's really huge mirror. I know it comes in different sizes. I've tried to organize a little bit inside the drawers. I'm not sure if you can even see it. Not a lot. There's not a lot. They're just some products that I use pretty much every day. Here as well, I need more of those organizers. Obviously I will link them below as well, so if you guys are looking for the organizers, you can find them. I definitely need one for the brushes over here. This is what I meant when I said I now have everything organized and perfect amount of sunglasses. There are like few more in this drawer here, but not that many. This is my little kind of like SLG type of drawer with some random things like Miu Miu blister blasters. But yeah, I have some here that like slimmer, thinner, lighter shades, just because obviously not everything was fitting in here, but now I feel like there's not like space for one pair of sunglasses, and I really wanted a pair of Chanel sunglasses since forever. Not since forever, since they came out. Couldn't find them anywhere. My essays couldn't get them. I saw them in color burgundy, in color beige, in many different colors, but not the color like black and white that I wanted. My friend Layla saw them in Zurich. I immediately texted her. I was like, I need them. And she went back the next day to town to collect them for me, to ship them for me, which is like beyond kind, especially now during the summer months when everybody's busy on holidays doing stuff. Like, she's having these fabulous holidays and she still did that for me, which I appreciate so much. And my assistant's keeping an eye on them. Hopefully they should be arriving at Filippo's office, I believe, one of these days. Maybe even in this video you guys get to see a little unboxing of them, and then we have no idea, you and I, where we're gonna put them. We'll find a spot, that's okay. Now I'm definitely gonna go have a shower, remove my makeup, and I think I'm gonna have an early night in because I really need a good night's sleep. I placed this couch here in the living room because obviously I had to put it somewhere and I didn't know where to put it, and definitely does not even match the space here or anything like that. But I love this couch so much, so Filippo was like, I think we should sell it, and I was like, no, I love this couch. Maybe we can put it somewhere else. But it's so funny because he asked me, where did you put the couch tomorrow? And I FaceTimed him last night and I showed it to him and he said, lol. And I said, it's just like, it's temporary. And he said temporary means at least until Christmas. So what I'm gonna do is something that I've been putting away for so long, you guys. I have a ton of these Assouline books. I have Saint-Tropez, Ibiza, Capri, Amalfi, Palm Beach, Lake Como, St. Moritz, like a lot. They're beautiful books. I love them. They're very colorful, and our space is quite not colorful. And I don't really know, like, since we're not getting this bookshelf anymore, we're kind of trying to figure it out with our architect, what we are doing with the space here. I need to understand what to do with these books, because honestly, these books cannot stay here forever. They've been here. Annabelle, how long do you think these books have been here? Like, over 2 years. I mean, honestly, look at this. These books. Yeah, just there, okay? This is really, really annoying. And I think today's the day that these books are gonna go. And also another reason is that this pile keeps going higher and higher because everybody thinks it's just okay to put stuff there, but it's not. So today I'm gonna get rid of that. I might try and put this couch there, even though it's not gonna really work. The reason why I'm telling you this, you might be wondering why am I doing this, but I always try to make sure that my content has some useful, just like one useful message to you guys for your lives. Because yes, like my content is not saving lives. My content is not really how useful, educational. I try to make it educational, but I do want it to add value to your lives. And I make sure that every single video I do can add some value to people watching. And today's video value, are you ready for this? Is, you know that one thing that you've been meaning to do for a long, long time, whether it is to enroll yourself in Pilates, whether it's to start learning a new language that you've been putting away because you don't know how to. You will know how to if you just Google language courses near me, Pilates studios near me, or you need to sort out some documents. What is, Annabelle, one thing that you've been trying to do for a long time but you keep putting it away? Learn Italian. Today is the day that I want you guys to enroll yourself, or like to get that one thing that you've been putting away for a long time, to do it. And for me, today it's going to be these books that I'm so annoyed about, and I just keep collecting and collecting and collecting and making a Leaning Tower in Pisa out of these books, literally. Here's a little cue for you before we end this vlog. If you watch this till the end, please, you will feel so much better, and probably the task is not going to take as long as you think it will. So let's all start the next video knowing that we've achieved something good. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll see you in my next one. Love you. Bye, guys.